Hello, you're watching The Annuity Show, and we are joined today by the featured annuity expert in the book, A Journey to Financial Security. We're going to talk to her today about how to evaluate which annuity riders are worth the cost. So Elise, how do you help your clients choose which annuity riders are best for them? Which ones are worth the cost?
It depends on what the client would need, obviously, but some of the annuity riders don't even have cost.
Oh, right.
And most people, they might think they know what they need as far as, oh, I think I don't need that, I don't plan on that. There's a great example. I'm never going to a nursing home, or I'm never going to need long-term care, even if I'm at home. It's not going to happen to me. It's not really something that we might choose.
Know.
So what I love about most of the new riders for long-term care, death benefit, income, what the beauty of it is, sometimes they can be included and you don't need to use them because you're not paying for them.
Oh, right.
So if you need it, it's there, but it's not necessarily something you paid for. So if you didn't use it, you wouldn't really be upset about it.
Right.
That it was there as a protection.
Yes.
And that's really what annuities are about. Number one, protection.
Right.
Protect the money you put in so it doesn't go backwards. And then that is, I have to disclaimer that, there's types of annuities that are risky. Those are variable annuities. And we talk a whole section about that. So we'll leave that for another day. But for the most part, what I offer isn't going to have a cost, and the money's not going to have risk. And that's what I love about what I do. And so I'm helping my clients figure out which riders would best benefit them.
Yeah.
And if there's a cost, and there has to be a cost in some, depending on what they choose or how they choose it. And then when I go to those companies, I share, this is the reason this cost is here. And some can be, and I think this is something you may get to at some point, so I'm just going to share this. Some can be removed, some can't.
Oh.
So, but like, let's say you're paying for it and you realize, I don't need that. And so you stop paying for it and they take it out. Some annuities, you can never take it out. So it's automatically in there and you're stuck paying the cost for life.
Oh, wow.
Or for the length of that annuity. So there's just so many different types. It's just always back to suitability, having the right meetings, having the right information. And that's the one-on-one with the client to make sure that I have all the information to help them make a good decision.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and it sounds like you're right. The ones that are no cost, that's the best of both worlds because it's there if you need it. But like you said, if you don't end up using it, you're not really upset that it was there because it's not something you were paying for the whole time. It was just protection.
Yes, and I'll share this. There's a couple of companies that offer this specific rider that actually covers both your income or your death benefit being enhanced. So the extra money, it's called a bonus, that they give you in the front. So example, you put in 300, the bonus is 25, and now you have 375,000. If you die, your family gets the 375, even if you die in the first day.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's a bonus.
Wow.
Then if you don't die and you lived, and you say, I want to live on this money, that 375 is growing. And that's the money you live on. So some can be used for both benefits, and you didn't pay, and this particular company doesn't charge for it.
Wow.
So you didn't pay for either one, and one or the other you will need.
Yeah.
You're either going to live on the money or pass it. So that's a perfect benefit for someone that's really not sure, but they want to cover everything.
So let me ask you this. How do certain aspects like the life stage of the client or their health or their retirement goals, how do those things affect what riders you help them choose?
Well, the key with the decision, let's break that down. So number one, let's say you're retiring. So that's the time frame of your life. And this is the stage of your life where you're no longer going to have the paycheck, so you need that income turned on.
Yeah.
You have an annuity whether you bought it last month, like 2 days ago, or you're going to, you've had it for years. You're going to turn that on and start living on that income. When I say turn that on, there's a form to fill out to say I'm ready for my income. And then the company starts sending checks or depositing checks. So that's where you are in your lifestyle or the stage of your life.
Right.
Some people don't need the money and they think, I may never need it. I'm probably going to pass it to my kids. The beauty is if you need it, it's there.
Yeah.
It's your money. You own it. So, and then there's health. There's a rider for long-term care.
Oh, really?
And this is the beauty about this rider. I think we have a whole section on that. However, I'll share that the Healthcare is key. You don't know what would happen to your health.
Of course.
We try to stay healthy. We try to stay young, but things happen.
Yeah.
And you don't plan on needing long-term care.
No.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
And if you're already planning on it, you can't go get long-term care protection, right? Well, with the annuity, there's no medical questions. There's no cost most of the time. There are some that charge, so I have to say that. But 99% would find one that is not a cost for my clients. And so this long-term care feature allows you to have extra money in case you needed the long-term care. And some make you be in a facility. Some say you can be at home. Some have costs, some don't. And you don't know if you're going to need that. But when the time comes, having that feature is pretty beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
And again, without the cost, with the ones that have no cost, have it in there.
Yeah.
Have it in there because it's not hurting you, it's not costing you, and then when something does happen, you're covered.
Yeah.
And again, if someone has MS or rheumatoid arthritis, you can't get that protection outside of the annuity.
Right.
No one's going to cover you. So this is a feature that you can have without those questions and without that cost.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you help your clients avoid overbuying on these riders that might not be necessary and increase their cost?
So if there's a cost for a feature, and that's the company and that's the plan and this is the only way to do what we're trying to do, then we really try to find the one that has the most benefit for the least cost. However, again, in today's world, there's so much out there that I can help clients find what they need 99% without cost.
Wow.
And that's really where the expertise comes in of knowing. Here's an example. Financial advisors are known for this, and they tell their clients all annuities have cost or have fees. It's not true. And the only reason they don't know is they don't do it 100%.
Right.
And everyone they've seen does have cost. And because they have a suite that the broker-dealer gives them to offer, and that's just the way that works because I did that for years. So the long-term care features, the death benefit features, the income features, it can all be done without fees if done right. And it's a good fit. So sometimes we have to shift to the company that has a cost.
Yeah.
But if that is what we do, I will make it very clear and the client will understand, okay, I don't have a fee here. That's a cost.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
And it's worth it.
The cost to me is different than a fee.
Yeah.
A fee is something that you pay, whether you get a value extra or not.
Yeah.
The cost is here's why you're paying
getting
it.
something.
There's a value.
Yeah. Well, we have come to the end of our time for today. Again, I've learned so much from you. Before we go, I want to encourage you at home to reach out to Elise and her team at 888-526-4184. As you've heard, and as I realize every time I talk to Elise, the subject of annuities is so complicated and intricate, and you need an expert with that really focused expertise to help you figure out what is the best route for you in this arena. Again, you can call it 888-526-4184 or go to theannuityshow.com, or you can just click that QR code you see on your screen. Thank you so much for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you next time on The Annuity Show.